All right. Good evening, everyone. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. What we're going to do right now, as always, we're going to play our intro video and we're going to come back. We got some special guests today. This is the CSRN podcast. We'll be right back.
I must confess that that dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare. Now, the other thing that we've got to come to see now that many of us didn't see too well during the last 10 years, that is that racism
not guilty
is still alive in American society and much more widespread.
Broke his neck after Baltimore police.
A handful of protesters, a handful of criminals and thugs who...
Many in moments of anger, many in moments of deep bitterness, engage in riots. And as long as America postpones justice, we stand in the position of having these recurrences of violence and riots over and over again. Social justice and progress are the absolute guarantors of riot prevention.
Mr. Gray's death was a homicide.
The Negro was freed from the bondage of physical slavery.
The athletes marched onto a stage.
But at the same time, the nation refused to give him land to make that freedom meaningful. Freedom without land to cultivate. Freedom and famine at the same time.
And create jobs for our people.
The Negro is to be free. He must move down into the inner resources of his own soul and sign with a pen and ink of self-assertive manhood his own emancipation proclamation. But I want to get the language right tonight. I want to get the language so right that everybody here will cry out, yes, I'm black, I'm proud of it, I'm black and beautiful. Individually, we are poor when you compare us with white society in America. We are poor. Collectively, we are richer than all the nations in the world with the exception of 9. That's power right there if we know how to prove it. We begin the process of building a greater economic base. And at the same time, we are putting pressure where it really hurts. We don't have to argue with anybody. We just need to go around to these stores and to these massive industries in our country. Say, God sent us by here to say to you that you're not treating his children right. We come by here to ask you to make the first item on your agenda fair treatment where God's children are concerned. Now, if you're not prepared to do that, we do have an agenda that we must follow. Our agenda calls for withdrawing economic support from you. We mean business now, and we are determined to gain our rightful place in God's world.
All right, we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review, where we come to you live every Tuesday from Mont Branch Library. They always lay out the red, black, and green carpet for us. Now, normally when you see us, we either have Julian with us virtually or we have Jody sitting to my left or to my right, or however you're looking at this. But we've got a special guest today. It's Women's History Month, so we are getting it in with our sisters and representing. But what I'm going to do right now is do a quick intro of myself, allow my guest to introduce herself. Then we're going to have our mission statement, our guiding principles, and then we're going to find out just who she is and what she does. I'm Brother Washington Muhammad. I use the pronouns he and him, and I'm an active and registered member of the Nation of Islam here in Toledo, and also one of the co-founders of CSRN, along with Mike Leonardi and Jabril Bey. Way back in 2014, they had an idea that just ordinary people, you didn't have to be a pastor, preacher, politician, or professional to speak truth to power. And they had this thing called Community Solidarity Day. And then they asked me to help them organize it and plan it, because that's what I do. And here we are almost 10 years later, still getting it in. And what do I have on today? I have on my glasses by Optical and Twix in between. So if you see my sister, Kristen Moncrief, she drives the Optical bus. You see her all around the city. Ask her to give you a discount and mention my name. I don't know what's going to happen, but hey, it is what it is. I've got my black hat on. I've got my beads, and I've got my political shirt on that says, yesterday you said tomorrow. And we're about to get into that silly season of elections, or as I call it, they select them and we elect them. So it's the same old, and they know who they are. So I'm finished introducing myself. Then we've got Julian Mack in the green room. We're going to have him introduce himself, and then we're going to get right into the show. So could you introduce yourself? What are you wearing, and what are we talking about today?
I am Tierra Nicole. I am wearing a olive dress.
All right.
And a black one piece and black Adidas.
All right. So before we get to our mission statement and guiding principle, what are we going to be talking about today?
We are going to be talking about me and my products and my services.
All right. And what is the name of your product?
Naked Earth Babe.
Okay, so the tech team just put it up on the screen. You should see it in a second. We're going to break down this name, all right? And if you're looking at the screen right now, we've got this. That kind of looks like you. All right. We've got this. The Naked Earth Babe. You got a third eye. All right, we're going to break that down. What's the deal with that? All right, and you'll be able to explain it to them. All right. So let me get into the green room right now and bring Julian up to introduce himself. Then we're going to get into our guiding principles and our mission statement. We're going to take a short break and come back and find out just what all you do. All right, let's bring Julian up. Hey, what's up, Julian? How you feeling, bro?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today?
All right. Well, do you see a difference today? I don't have Jody here. We've got Nikki Locks here.
What's up, Nikki? How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Good.
Right.
Thank you for joining us.
All right. Hey, Julian, could you introduce yourself? What are you wearing? And what are we talking about today, brother?
Yeah. So my name is Julian Mack. I am the Inward Revolutionary because I am a revolutionary warrior of love and light. Today, we're going to be talking about the way Black masculinity positions itself in regards to white patriarchy, right? And the reason why that's important is because oftentimes, I'm trying to keep it short, but oftentimes Black masculinity in these days is demonized as a threat, really a threat to everybody and everything. And I think it's important that we peel back this onion and get to the roots of what we are and what we are not. Right. And so that's what I'll be talking about today, actually. And I think some people may be surprised as to some of the findings. It's coming from The Man Not, which I highly recommend to everybody. It's a book about race,
book
class,
by?
genre. Tommy Curry. This came out in 2018.
Oh, all right. Well,
very good.
Okay. And also they'll get a chance to hear live Black men talk about that experience, because most times other people define us, and how other people define us is not who we are. All right. Whoever came
I
up
guess
with
I
that
don't even
term-
need to read it now. That's what I was going to get to, right? I don't even need to read it now. Go ahead, Brother Washington. You got it. You done figured it out already.
Look, I'm almost 100 years old. If I ain't figured it out yet, shame on me. Hey, listen, let me get into the our mission statement. Our mission statement is that thing that keeps us together, and it lets people know who we are. We are the Community Solidarity Response Network of Toledo, formed on November 25th, the day after it was announced that the killer, a Ferguson, Missouri police officer of Michael Brown, an unarmed teenager, would not be indicted. We bring awareness to the injustices experienced by Black men, women, and children who are disproportionately murdered, attacked, provoked, and harassed by law enforcement. Police brutality has to end. We bring awareness to the fact that most often police brutality goes without consequence and accountability. Police impunity has to end. We utilize the tactics of protest, civil disobedience, event disruption, and citizen advocacy to give voice to those who are otherwise voiceless. We facilitate progressive community-based events that help to foster self-development, and we discuss measures to hold local leadership accountable to their sworn duties, be they politician, clergy, law enforcement, educators, etc. We want justice, equal justice under the law. We want justice applied equally to all, regardless of creed, class, or color. For all lives to matter, Black lives must matter. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And that was our brother, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And you know what? We're going to kind of keep it short today, because I just got Jody just walked into the studio, and I don't know if he's going to give me that cut sign again or if I'm talking too long. Well, thank you, Jody. All right. It's glad to get his approval. All right. No, I am. I'm going to read our first verse of the CSRN guiding principles. Whenever you have a community grassroots organization like ours, and we are the best of the best activists, and we decided to come together, which is a problem because all of us could do this on our own and still be successful. So how do you get Julians and Jodys and Brother Washingtons to come together without imploding? Well, I don't know either, but we have something that hold ourselves accountable. These are CSRN's guiding principles. All Black lives matter, queer Black lives, trans Black lives, formerly and presently incarcerated Black lives, poor working Black lives, differently abled Black lives, Black men and women lives, immigrant Black lives, Black elderly and children lives. All Black lives matter and are the creators of this space. We throw no one under the bus. We rise together. Ashe?
Ashe, ashe.
And ashe means one who changes a thing or one who makes a thing happen. So this is live. So who we have right now, we've got Julian. We have our sister Nikki Locks here. Let me take a short break, and then I'm going to get with Jody. He's going to say, well, who's going to go first and how long they're going to have. So we're going to take a short break, come back. This is the CSRN podcast, a week in review.
Did you know addiction is a disease, not a moral dilemma? The opioid epidemic and substance use have a major impact on communities of color and many people's lives. Wasion Wellness Recovery Support Center offers culturally relevant inpatient and outpatient behavioral health treatment and recovery support services to any Ohioan struggling with addiction, mental health, or finding sober, safe housing. We must recognize that treatment is available and accessible to all. If you are in need of treatment or want to find out more information, you can call 1-888-728.
Hey, I'm Dr. P. Not only am I a leadership coach, I'm a change agent and I'm a race scholar. I've used my study of race to dismantle systems and organizations, but I also use that to help you as the individual become a better leader for your families and for your community.
All right, we are back. This is the CSRN Week in Review. Those are our guiding principles that the tech team still has up. Man, I wish our tech team was like Julian's, because he brought that book up and it was really clear. All right, they ain't like we do. Hey, family, we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, a Week in Review, and we have our special guest for Women's History Month. I'm going to ask you once again if you could, because Jody asked, if you could introduce yourself. What are you wearing, and what's going on with your hair too, and what are we talking about?
I'm Tiara Nicole, and I'm wearing a olive dress and a black one piece and black Adidas. And what are we talking about?
Yeah, what are we talking about?
Oh, we're here to talk about me and my Naked Earth Babe products and services.
All right, I want to bring up that the image again of your logo, which was dynamite. All right, never seen anything like that. All right, Naked Earth Babe. How did you come up with the name? What does Naked Earth Babe mean? I've never seen those three words all together. All right, so what's that?
Well, okay, so I wanted something to represent me and my product. So it's to represent the transparency of like my services and my products, because as for services, I'm gonna keep it real with you if you're taking my chair. Like, I'm gonna let you know, like, okay, what are you using? Okay, yeah, that's crap. What else are you? Okay, yeah, no, that's what's messing your hair up. This is what's thinning it out. And I'm gonna let you know, like, you gotta use, natural oils and stuff like that. If you can eat it, then that's what you should use. Like, none of these chemicals and petroleum, petrolatum, and mineral oil, none of that is supposed to be consumed. So that being in our products, especially in our Black hair stores, 99% of it is trash. And you have to start reading the ingredients on things, and it also attributes to self-care.
All right, how did you find out about all of this?
Some years ago when I started to go natural, I was friends with someone and they were telling me, start reading the ingredients on your products. And so I'm like, you know what, that makes sense. Why am I not doing that? So when I started doing that, I'm like, pretty much everything in my hair drawer closet is horrible. So I started to just make my own stuff to accommodate. And then so I started making it for myself. And then, this is before I started doing hair.
Right.
So I started making it for myself. And then once I did get into doing hair, I was using store-bought stuff because I was still new to locks.
Okay.
So I was still looking for my
I want to say
thing.
Okay,
as
all
far
right.
as like, what I want to use.
I was going to say that too, family. I was going to say thing. All right. All right. All right. I want to ask you this question. Okay, what type of hairstyle do you have right now? What is that called?
I have locks.
All right. Okay.
So they're just, I wanted my ends to stay kind of curly.
Mhm.
So I kind of try to keep them curly, and they're still new. So I started maybe like in September, and like I had locks before, but I cut them off and then restarted them. So.
Okay. All right. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but Julian also has locks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are those okay? Are they locks, Julian?
Yeah, they locks. Gonna make me.
Okay, yeah, do that.
All right.
Okay, now, of course, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to show off. All right, I'm going to keep my hat on. Now I got to keep it on even tighter. All right. So, how long have you been growing your locks, Julian?
Since 2017.
All right. Now we've got an expert here. So while we're talking, if you have some questions to ask the expert, because I've seen your locks before.
I do have a question. I was gonna see if there were any products for Brother Washington actually, or if it was too late, in all seriousness though, do you have anything for bald heads, or is there anything that's good?
I bought something. Didn't I buy?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm way ahead of you. All right.
Okay.
But I do have something for bald heads and like patchy beards and stuff. I make a hair tee actually.
Okay. All right. I could
I'm part of the
definitely,
Patchy Beard crew. I could use that.
yeah, I could definitely use the bald head. I can't let my beard grow because it looks like I'm homeless. All right. So I'm just done with that. All right. Just,
Nice homeless man.
no, yeah. Somebody I had a cup of coffee, somebody put $1 in it. Oh, hey, come on now. But yeah, I bought some products on Saturday because I wanted to make sure that whoever we have on that I'm promoting, I'm also promoting the products too. So we're gonna put her. I think right now we've got a list of some of the products that you do. That's on the screen. It's gonna pop up on that one in about a couple seconds, and it lists not everything
Not
there.
everything.
All right,
Just
but
some.
right, but we have your Instagram. We got your is that the TikTok on there?
Yes.
All right.
And my Facebook.
Jody, we need to be on TikTok. All right. I think we're the last people. All right.
Before it shut down.
Right before it shut. Right.
On
Before
the
it
federal
shut down.
level of them shutting it down.
Right. And at the bottom is your website.
Yes.
Right. All right. So you're here. What types of products do you sell?
They're all vegan. So I have hair and body hair and body oils. I have hair and body butters. I have hair tea. This is good. It's good for more hair growth. So you don't
Okay.
have to just be bald or just use it for beard. Like because I kind of did an experiment on men. Like I asked some men, if they wanted to be a part of it, just to see if like it would help with beards, and so far it has. So I can start promoting it for beards now. But it's if you want extra hair growth, it's good to use. I have also
don't you have some stuff?
Oh
here?
yes, I do.
Yeah, and we're gonna try to hold it up to the camera. But also, you already saw the email. I mean, not the email. You saw how you say you're old without saying you're old. You saw the email. Well, Kashia was supposed to say, no, not that. All right. Yeah, one job. All right. All right. So what do we have here?
Okay, this is my hair and body butter, and this one is black raspberry vanilla, and it smells really good. I also have.
That. Okay. I mean, not take it like.
Yeah.
All right. See it. I know you can't really see it.
Yeah. And this one's unscented. And this one has all these ones have shea butter, mango butter, hemp seed butter, and they also have oatmeal in it, so it helps with eczema as well. Let me show you.
Awesome.
Oh wow, Julian, this is awesome.
That first one, I could smell it through the screen, man.
I can smell
the screen, brother.
And she said that if you wouldn't eat it, you wouldn't put it on. You shouldn't put it on your hair or something like that.
So technically, I mean, without the unscented stuff, you're able to eat, but I wouldn't eat it. Okay. I wouldn't recommend it, but I'm just saying. You
talking to a man? We do all the road stuff. All right.
Yeah, please don't eat it.
Okay. All right. Yes. What is this one?
This one is Kentucky bourbon.
Oh yeah.
And that one, I feel like that one's more like a unisex kind of scent, but some have told me it's more on the sweeter side. But
okay, I like sweeter side stuff. Yeah, me too. Julian's going to be talking about that soon. How we're always looped in this thing that we got to be tough all the time. Mm-hmm. We got to play sports and we got to like non-sweet smelling things. Right. No, this black raspberry vanilla smack. All right, ain't that what the kids say? all right, yeah. Cause they're like, yeah, you all right. I'm all the way up to 2020 on my flame.
At some point, I'm not sure if these kids say it.
This one's Vanilla Fantasy, and but this is like one of the main things I wanted to talk about is
and this is body butter.
Yes, hair and body butter.
Oh,
so you don't have to just use it for your skin anymore. It's for your hair as well. I also have, I call it brownie batter because I just couldn't figure out another name because that's what it looked like to me. So it's brownie batter, but it's a face wash, scrub, and mask. But you can use it on different parts of your body, especially that needs exfoliation. So especially like hands and feet.
Oh, okay. He scared me for a second. All right. I'm like, hey, come on now. It's Women's History Month. We making history, Julian.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You seem very passionate about the work and making sure it's all natural. Where does that come from? Like what drives you to make sure you have these earth friendly products and with them being vegan and all? Where does that passion come from?
I feel like it comes from this place within me that always wants to save everybody or like change people. Okay, I learned that I was controlling not that long ago, and it completely shocked me. So, but to me, it's just like if it's done my way, then it's going to be better for everyone. So I feel like that's where it comes from. It's just like I'm like I don't know. I feel like it comes. There's like a mom in there.
Okay.
That and like everybody's my kids, and I just want to take care of everybody, kind of thing. So it's just like I want to take care of myself, and I want everybody to be taken care of. So it's just like if I learn something, I want to teach it to other people.
All right. I think we call those, Julian, those are the over nurturers.
Yes.
When God was passing out nurturing, he was like, he was talking to somebody. He just gave Nikki, all right, off on your way.
Yeah.
All right, you come to terrorize all of us. All right.
I got both.
All right. Hey, look, Julian. I need to take a short break, and I want to come back. I'm gonna keep Nikki here, but I want to come back and talk about the Inward Revolutionary. That sounds like a dynamite book, and I love for Nikki to be right here while we talk about this. That way, she can say that ain't true. All right. So hang tight. We're gonna be right back.
Be ready.
All right. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. We'll be right back.
Canal. En esta hermosísima ciudad de Orlando.
I'm here in Barranquilla, Colombia, and in sunny Miami. Daytona Beach, mis amigos, that's where we're at today.
Desde la ciudad de Cartagena, Colombia.
We are in Orlando right now, here in Florida.
I'm Helene Sheets, Director of Marketing and Communications at beautiful Lourdes University, and we've been a proud sponsor and supporter of Voces Latinas TV for over a decade. It has been a fantastic partnership. It's been our doorway into the Latino community. We've met so many incredible people, created so many partnerships. Our students absolutely love the connections we've made through Voces Latinas TV, and we're looking forward to at least another decade, 2 decades.
We are back. Man, that was not a sharp transition there, but we'll put that on the tech team. We're back here with the Inward Revolutionary, Julian Golden Rule Mack. Brother, you talked about that book earlier. Was it Man Not?
Yeah, The Man Not. Race, Class, Gen Ray, and the dilemmas of Black manhood. And, another day I'll talk about the difference between gender and genre. I don't have much time. I want to get the reading in, and that way it gives us as much time as we need to discuss the matter. But this is the End Revolutionary. What got me to the point of starting this segment is that I found, when our guest said that she was controlling earlier, I could really relate to that, right? And people told me I'm controlling them. What you talking about? But
you know what they talking about. What you mean what they talking about? Yeah. Hey, look, I might as well do like this, and y'all go ahead. Y'all have that. Yeah.
But what I found is that the peace that I sought outwardly is always there inwardly. Right? It's just about the work that I need to do, or what do I need to move out the way to be in conscious contact with it. Right. And so, by no means does that limit or negate, right, the exterior work that we do in our activism. But our work is so much more powerful and can go so much further when we get ourselves in alignment and in order. So that leads me to this particular chapter. This is the intro where it talks about challenging the caricature of the hegemonic Black male and the sociological findings in Black male gender attitudes. Right. And I would just like to get into it. I have a page and I have to read, and I'm done. All right.
Hey, let's get into it.
Okay, thank you. I was waiting for your I was going to wait for the blessing, Brother Washington.
All right. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. And so it starts off by saying there's been many publications that have added considerably to our knowledge of Black women and their families. To some extent, they have created the impression in the minds of many people that the Black family that the Black community functions primarily as a matriarchal family system. In fact, so little attention has been given to Black men as fathers and husbands that they have been referred to as the phantom of American family studies. Early depictions of Black males in the social science literature caricaturized them as street corner men, pimps, deserters, criminals, hustlers, or ineffective family figureheads. These depictions were not research. Rather, they were myths used to explain the specific racial, sexual, and economic position under which Black males suffer as a product of their own cultural deficiencies. Black males were defined as problems, threats. They were projected as psychologically impotent and castrated, dependent, incredulous, nebulous, irresponsible, and suspicious, and thereby responsible for their own lowly position in society. Staples took a different approach in his study of Black men and boys in American society. He held that institutional racism and its machinations shaped the expression of Black masculinity in America, and that this reality cannot be discounted in seeking to understand both males' subjective experiences of manhood and the objective consequences of being both Black and male. The historical circumstances of Black males in America gave rise to fundamentally different notions of manhood from those of white males. In the case of Black men, their subordination as a racial minority has more than canceled out their advantages as a male in the larger society. Staples insisted that this precarious position meant that any understanding of their experience will have to come from an analysis of the complex problems they face as Blacks and as men. Staples named this dual dilemma to many readers. This sounds like the contemporary theories such as intersectionality, in that it suggests that every subject is both raced and sexed. However, this idea was initially published in 1978 in the Journal of Social Issues, a full decade before the term intersectionality was developed. Staples maintained that the Black men had few privileges in America except in relation to Black women, and that Black men had higher incomes than Black women in the 1970s. Staples does attend to the wit of history. In an era that witnessed the burgeoning of Black nationalism with its attendant elevation of the Black male to his quote unquote rightful and historical role as the head of the Black family and community, it was women, mostly white women, who gained political and economic ascendancy from the civil rights movement. Here we go. Staples maintains that the hold on, let me change the page. Staples maintains that the oh, that's me. Sorry. There. Staples maintains that the economic and political isolation of Black men and boys gave them more egalitarian views of sex. It is generally conceded that Black men do not have power to enact patriarchy to the extent that white men do. But this structural limitation is rarely connected to or thought of as the reason that Black men would formulate altogether different notions of manhood that resist gender hierarchies, not only in the home, but also in larger society. Black men are by far the most liberal sex race grouping in America. They start dating earlier, have more liberal sexual attitudes, and are more inclined to have non-marital sex without commitment within the institution of marriage. Black men are more involved than other males in doing housework, tending to children, sharing in decision-making with their female counterparts. Recent studies actually show that Black male fathers are more involved with their children than men of other races, even when they are not married or living with the mother. And they practice social fathering to the Black community at large in recognition of the structural violence that robs Black families and children of Black men's presence generally. Last paragraph. Black men are not myopic in the sense that they simply base their life aspirations or behavior on the precepts established by the larger white society. Sociologists show that in the Black community, homophobia and homosexuality are equally stigmatized identities, and it is religious participation as well as one's gender that rather than masculinity itself that indicate the likelihood that Black men or women will be homophobic or express homonegativity. Black males' attitudes concerning sex, love, marriage, and manhood itself differ largely from those of whites. What Black men do, how they behave, is more of a sociological than philosophical point, but it is precisely how Black men and boys live out these perspectives in society that gives their experience of themselves and the world theoretical import.
All right, Julian, we thank you for that reading. If you can have a couple of hot takes from what you just read today that the people might want to be aware of, what would it be?
Yeah. So that I've learned so much from this book, right? And so much, and a lot of it, I was trying to make aspects of my life that didn't necessarily align with my activism or my political ideology make sense. And one is that, like this idea that of all men are trash, right? And what that is conceptualizing is patriarchy, where all men function in the same way, right? And from the beginning of this country, right, Black men have not functioned in the same way as white men, right? And I think it's clearly understood when we talk, since it's Women's History Month, right? I think there's a clear understanding at this point that there's a difference between white feminism and Black feminism. Yet there is not a clear understanding that there is a difference in white masculinity and Black masculinity, right? Specifically in the way in relation to the patriarchy, right? And if you look at the lived experiences of the men that we know, we're much more flexible, right, and willing to embrace our sisters and uphold our sisters than the kind of the stern patriarchal view of imperialist hegemonic white masculinity.
All right, and I accept that. You know, myself, I was born in 1963, so I got an opportunity to see those different phases of what was accepted to be a black male, and most of us as men, at least at that time, we got a lot of our images on TV, on television. And I remember when it comes to masculinity, I would be at home. My mom would watch the soap operas, and it appeared that the only people that were showing affection on soap operas were white people. So that led me early. This is before the Brother Washington days. This would led me on to think that the only people that showed love were white people. And if I wanted someone that that showed me love, they couldn't look like me. And in the whole concept of, if it wasn't that concept, it would be the brute on television. You know, if there was a black actor, he'd have to be the hostile one. And then it moved on to whatever idea of black maleness that the media portrayed. It was never a Julian. It was never a Jody. It was never a me. So, and I think that sometimes we pick our cues, take our cues of what a black man is supposed to be by way of whoever the celebrities are, whoever the sports figure is. And if that's the male, that's the male that I want to be. That's, you know, that's unreasonable. It doesn't exist. But you know what? I've got Nikki right here, and we're talking about the inward revolutionary. I want to talk about self-care, and also wanted to, before we get back to Julian, I wanted to ask you, what did you think about the 419 lock show? Whereas I think I was the only bald person at the 419 lock show. All right. I'm showing my diversity-ness. All right. So when it comes to self-care, what is it that you do? How do you balance off?
Well, I find self-care to be basically in like doing what you enjoy, doing whatever it is that you love to do, whatever it is that, and it doesn't have to be like, you know, the same thing.
Okay.
So like for me, like I like my self-care is like, you know, I like massages, especially like my hands and my feet, because I work with my hands.
Okay.
So like massages, I like, but you know, it doesn't always have to be something like spa or pampering. Like it could be like, you know, I want to go karting, so I'm going to go karting. I want to go shopping, so I'm going to do that, and that's self-care as well.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, whatever you call it. Julian, you are, I'm not going to say you're the inward revolutionary expert, but you're the only person that I know that used that term. Being a black male, what is it that you do for self-care to rebalance yourself?
Yeah. So, you know, I've been working on just reframing and digging deeper, right, in regards to what self-care means to me. And basically self-care for me means making my relationship with my future self, prioritizing my relationship with my future self over my relationship with my past self, right? So what can I do today that tomorrow me will thank me for, right?
Oh, wow.
And so maybe that is work, right? Maybe that's not. Maybe that's relaxation, right? But inevitably, you know, what tomorrow is going to come, right? And
True.
I have to determine whether I'm going to let the pain of the past govern my now, or the peace, or peace, right? And so what I do to navigate it and to determine like how or what should I do for self-care, what will tomorrow me or future me thank me for that I can do right now? And perhaps that's rest. Perhaps that's organizing so things don't look so crazy tomorrow. You know what I mean? And I don't have a big mess. You know, I got to get better at hanging my clothes up, right? Like that's, for example, right? After I do laundry,
Well, we
that
can
might
see
be
all
it.
in the background. Yeah.
No, I made sure all the clothes are over there, right? Like,
Okay, all right. I didn't know what I was looking at.
they're behind the camera, right? But
Okay,
as
all
I
right.
look at them
Well,
and I
that's
can
smart.
see them, I'm like, I probably should hang those clothes up for self-care, right? Like, but yeah, that's it, and that's how I think. It's through that filter, right? It's through that lens, right, that I look at it. So maybe it's something that's, it's not necessarily something that's comfortable, right? But something that creates more peace for the me in the future that I'll thank myself for.
Okay, now we're talking about the future, and whenever I talk to people, I'll tell them that, you know, I've got more years behind me than in front of me, so I'm really not going to be talking about the future. All right, what's on the horizon for Naked Earth Babe? Where do you see yourself taking this brand?
Well, it is going to be everywhere, period. It's going to be global. I'm gonna have shops in multiple areas, zip codes. So I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be expanding. I'm just going to keep going.
Okay,
So,
now can the tech team bring that that image back up again of the Naked Earth Babe? All right, she's got 3 eyes. All right, did you notice that? Okay, what does that third eye for you? What does that represent for you?
it represents seeing the things that our 2 eyes can't see. Like, you know how, like, you know, you say, like, some people say, like, I have eyes on the back of my head.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. Like that I see vibes. I see the energy. I see your real intentions through that third eye.
Are you a good vibe check person?
Yes.
All right. And you met Jody. All right. If we were to vibe check Jody, we need to get a vibe meter on here, Julian. So whenever, yeah. So if we were to vibe check, right. Maybe not that sound. All right, not for Jody at least. All right.
You have different frequencies, right? Like,
There you go. That's the Jody. All right. So if we were to do a vibe check on Jody, where would he be on the vibe meter?
Oh, he passes vibe check.
Okay. All right.
He's all that.
Okay. All right. So today is your first time meeting Julian. You heard what he said. Both of us heard what he read. We listened to every word. All right, you and I did. All right. Can you virtually vibe check someone, or do they have to be?
I feel like for sure.
Okay. All right. Now, also we've got Kashaya. She's in the room, and she was supposed to be looking out for me, but she fell horribly. All right. Does she get a vibe check?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, and she's really good with energy too.
Okay.
So
all right.
She's much better than me with that too.
She's like that third eye for your third eye. Like, girl, we need to get out.
She has a fourth eye.
We need to get out of here. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Am I right?
I have a question. Do you have any grounding techniques that people should know about? Right. Like that's you mentioned the energy, and I feel like I should, I don't know, ask that question. I'm just throwing it out there.
Being outside barefoot, for sure. Like being outside in nature, just like being in silence. Being in silence. I don't know what I said.
No, that's good. That's
okay,
good.
I don't know if I said a different word.
No, that's good.
Okay. But also, I wanted to add that the logo that was shown was only the logo for the event. And because my original logo, like my artist, I didn't want to shade him or insult him or anything like that. But yeah, my original logo doesn't have the words over me.
Oh, so the original logo is just the naked babe.
Yeah, but it's not like in any way, shape, or form sexual at all.
Oh,
like yeah.
Well,
Yes, that exactly. That's what that was.
I'm like, we could have got the real one.
Yeah,
All right,
it was on my-
all right, come on, all right.
But it's okay. It's on my website though. So
Okay,
when people
good,
check
good.
out my website,
Make sure we type that website in. All right, before we go, because we're gonna have Jody come on, and we're gonna tie up some loose ends on some of the things that we've done last week and some of the things that we're working on right now. What was your experience at the 419 Lock Show? You had your products there. What did you think of the participants? And did you have any? You didn't have any clients there, did you?
Mm-mm,
okay,
no.
all right.
No, I was only there as a vendor. I wasn't there as like.
Okay, all right, okay, all right. So, what was your experience with the people and how they were engaging you?
I loved it. It was my first time being in an event, so it was really exciting. I met like a lot of great people, and I had fun. And the show was great, and like the styles were amazing, and I really had a good time. And I learned a lot, and I feel like it brought me about more opportunities.
Okay,
So.
that's right. That's right. And so for everybody that that loves CSRN, I know a lot of people do that may see this. They'll see this podcast. They may stream it later. If you love what we do in the community, then we want you to love Naked Babe, Naked Earth Babe, Naked Babe. All right. I was thinking about my stripper name. That's another subject for them. Well, because Sharon's supposed to be saying, "Don't say that." You're supposed to be saying, "Don't say that" before I say it. All right.
We'll get that in post production. We'll get that.
Yeah, we'll get that. But if you like CSRN and if you like what we do, if you like Black Lives Matter, well, we like you to support black dollars too. So check our sister out on our website. Check her out on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. And I think that your number, the phone number is right there too. Yeah. You could look, family, just call and text, but that's what you're texting for, all right? Yeah. You're texting for the brownie butter. I've got that here. Oh, what are the prices for these?
Website.
Yeah.
Some of these are new, like the brownie butter, that's new. So it's just give me some patience. It's gonna be on the site soon.
Oh man, this is good.
Yeah,
man, this is good.
Launched on Sunday. So.
This is good, Julian. This smells like Thanksgiving up in here. All right, this really smells good.
I'll be in town soon. I'm gonna have to get some.
Man, look this.
I ship too. So.
Look her up. What do you have here?
Oh, this is just like my menu.
All right, let's read it out. All right, we're gonna get all of this out. All right, we're gonna.
Okay, so the brownie batter. I have two sizes for that right now. This 20 gram is $10, and the 1 ounce is $17. And they do come with a washcloth and a spatula, just because like there's turmeric in it. So I don't want anybody to use like their white washcloths and then they're just like, why is it stained, mustard color because of the turmeric. So that's why it comes with a.
They should have known that anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's in the ingredients. The ingredients are.
But now you know. All right. Yeah. All right. That's right.
Yeah. My vegan oil sheen. I haven't showed that at all, but. You shake them first. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, like how oil sheen usually comes in a can.
Yeah.
And
this is just a spray. This is like a.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what is this for?
It's like an oil sheen, so it's like mist in, so it'll moisturize your hair. So it has like oil in it, has my hair seed, has aloe in it.
Oh, Julian, I saw you
looking at that like I need that. I need
that. Yeah.
Yeah, like every time I use it, like a lot of my clients say it smells like really good because like it has a vanilla smell to it.
Family, this is I've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah, so naked oil sheen.
Oh man, Julian, man,
my hair is like, please take care of me.
Your hair would look so. Your hair, I don't know if I'm breaking the man code, but your hair will look so good. All right. Your hair will look so
you.
good if you had some of this. All right.
It'd be better. That's right. It needs better. It needs to be better. It can be better.
I'm working.
Oh,
can't hear Jody.
That's a good question.
What did he say?
Oh, Jody asked about the attachment here. He said that if you buy it with the attachment, like, can you get a refill?
Oh yeah, you can come get you can come get refills and stuff. Right,
Okay.
right. Yeah,
All right.
I do refills too. So like, if you're local, or even if not, you're whatever.
Okay, we're gonna work on that.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll
You're gonna crack your head. All right. Don't think you're gonna get a refill. Just be a fraction of the cost. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. I'll do
And
that.
look, we've got a lot of people in our in the chat looking at the products. For Taylor, for Kiki, Jody, they're all in the chat. Hey, you need to get some of this, family, and I will just for transparency. All right. If I start using this and I look like Kashayla next week, hey, look, I'm gonna be out. Dude. All right, before you go ahead, Julian.
Yeah, I wanted to just plug 2 books because I got to get out of here real quick. So I just wanted to plug The Man Not. Again, I'm going to probably read from this again sometime soon. But this is a phenomenal book. The Matter of Black Lives, which is writings from the New Yorker, which is out. And the new one by Michael Harriot, who never disappoints, right?
All right.
Black AF History, right?
Okay, all right. I never seen that in the book. Okay.
Yeah, the unwashed story of America, right? It's hilarious but true. You know what I mean? If you've read any other one of Michael Harriot's books, he's got, or follow him on Twitter, he's got a knack for being a little funny, but also speaking the truth. So I would just highly recommend those, especially this one right now, this Black AF History. Right? It's great. It's great.
All right, Julian. Hey, listen, the Inward Revolutionary, we love you. We appreciate everything that you bring to CSRN. That makes us unique, unlike anything else out here, brother. And get you some of this. Yeah, but you really need to get some of that spray stuff, man.
I really do. My hair is telling me, get us some of that. Right? Like, I need that. Right?
Yes,
like I can feel my antennas speaking to me, right? Like, I need that.
Yes, sir.
I ship too, so.
All right. And we do ship. I'm saying like I work there now. All right. Somebody got to clean up. All right. Shoot. Thank you, Julian.
Hey, thank y'all, and thank you all for thanks for being here today.
No doubt, brother.
And I'll see y'all next week. Peace, love, and so Ashe.
All right. Hey, family, this is the CSRN podcast, a week in review. We'll be right back.
Audio Jungle. Audio
All right, we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. Before we do anything, if you like what we do, we're going to get this out of the way right now. If you like what we do, we want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, share, and also leave a comment. Where's our YouTube channel? It is at Community Solidarity. Just type that into the search. And the whole YouTube will drop down. That way, once you subscribe and like our page, you don't have to type it in again. We're looking to get 100,000 subscribers. All right, we're on the way there. All right, not quite there yet. If you want, we have our Black Lives Matter signs. I've got a few of the black and white ones. We got them posted up at our studio. We have our
yellows.
We also have our yellow and black. Those are $20 each.
Do we still have any shirts? I don't think we do.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna bring out some of the shirts. I think we may have 20 or 30 left. All right. And however, I think the person that bought them, they got all smalls. All right. So I don't know. We may have to.
Shirt is a shirt. You can wear it around your wrist.
All right. Yeah. I thought you was looking at me when you said that. All right. And also we have some of our defund the Toledo police signs. That's d12.org/Toledo. And if you go there, you can see also our, what is it called? Our Toledo, our CSRN amendment when it comes to refund Toledo. Check that out. All right. And if you want to support what we do, you can support us via Cash App. That's hashtag CSRN 419. You can support us via PayPal, CSRN 419. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook. Listen to us on Spotify. That way, when you heard Nikki Locks, did we say her whole name? Nikki Locks? All right. When you heard Nikki Locks, she introduced herself. She had on the green dress. She had some twist in. And we want you to follow us on YouTube and also follow us on X. We're going to start tweeting more. I don't know if they still call it tweeting on X.
I deleted the app. It was just, okay. But anyway, I'm not the social media person.
Yeah, that is right. That's right. And also, what else I want to do? This is the month of Ramadan. So for all of my brothers and sisters that celebrate Ramadan, which is the holy month of Ramadan, where we celebrate or observe the revelation of the Holy Quran. So what do we do during that month? From sun up to sundown, we abstain from eating, from drinking, from having any type of intimate relations with your significant other. If I smoke, I won't smoke or drink. What else don't do? I don't cuss. I don't know if I said any cuss words today, but hey, okay. But and you can work on those. And also for this month, we're going to observe what's happening in Gaza, because it might be easy for me to abstain from eating during daylight hours and then break my fast by going to my refrigerator, but everybody can't do that.
Yep.
So keep our brothers and sisters in Palestine in your prayers, and also consider some of those nations that are over there that could help, that could pull up. They need to pull up. All right. What do I got next? The 409 Lock Show, Jody. This was an awesome event. So shout out to my sister Sunkissed, Naja, for putting this together. It was dynamic. Toledo Kwanzaa House was in the building. We had the drums going on. We had some of the young people that were volunteering to drum. Shout out to my partner Owesu. Yeah, shout out to Owesu. Shout out to She Speaks, and all of the shout out to Darius Simpson in the guitar, and my brother Spoken Truth that came and does what he always do, lays it out, and also he was vending too. This was
a national anthem spoken by
by AD Gardner, and be on the lookout for the Self-Expression Team Theater reunion. Since 2014, people have been saying we really want to do this again. Yeah, 2014. That was my last, I think, the last performance.
We fell into this.
Yeah, then the same year. The same year. Hey, right. So I really haven't stopped. But this was an excellent event. Excellent. It was at Prime nightclub. Everybody that participated, the vendors, it was an excellent vibe. Super well attended. And I can't say enough about the organizers and planners and the models. Everything
was
the audience, everything, Jody.
Elbow room only.
Everything was
taking over the Glass City Center
tier. And there was another thing that happened. Whenever you get people together having a good time, while somebody's talking, there may be a few other conversations in. And I think it was Naja had asked the group, "Hey, can you just chill for a second while this person finishes, what they're doing?" And they did. I was sitting back thinking, it's its own, But no, it was an excellent vibe, and I want to be a part of anything that sister does. And my last thing, Jody, there's something that's coming up that I want everyone to be aware of. I'm trying to share this screen right now, and then we are gonna move on. Let's see, how am I gonna do this, Jody? Let's see. Here we go. We are organizing with the ACLU of Ohio, and this is going to be for the citizens, not politicians. Let's put that in the chat real quick, Jody. All right, and it's time to put an end to the gerrymandering game in Ohio. So what we want you to do to go to this website, let me put it in the chat. Real it's
You sound like professional streamers now.
Oh, absolutely. All right. So right there, it's right at the bottom of the banner. Is citizens, not politicians. Just type that in. We're having a virtual meeting tomorrow at 5:00. Just go on in. Put it in. Let me put this on the screen. Go down. Get the campaign updates and add your name to this. That way you get the update of the webinar and Zoom that's happening tomorrow. That's how we're organizing. It's going to be virtual. Last month we were here in person. Hopefully the next month we're going to be back in person again. We're going to let everyone know that it is time to end gerrymandering in Ohio. Right now in Ohio, politicians and lobbyists manipulate voting districts to protect their interests and guarantee their reelection. As a result, incumbents running for reelection almost never lose. In other words, we let politicians choose their voters, and that can't happen. It can't continue to happen, but it is going to continue to happen if we don't do anything. So join me tomorrow online, virtual. So go to the website, Citizens Not Politicians, and get the facts on the Citizens Not Politicians Amendment. So we are back in that season again, Jody, of that election season where
all the funds
where they select them and we elect them. Then we wonder why ain't nothing changing. All right.
I mean, being one of the people that's elected is kind of very interesting. But yeah.
All right. I think that I covered everything. Man, and people are still in the chat wanting some of the Naked Earth Babe. All right.
Awesome.
Kiki just said, I want some, and I'm sure they weren't talking about I want some election. I'm sure that I did say election. All right, we're going to get kicked out of here, Jody. All right, we need a sane mind to come onto the mic. So, Jody, you're just joining us, and we've got some first-time watchers today. So if you could introduce yourself, what are you wearing, and what are we talking about today?
Well, hello, everybody. Jody J. Summers, child of the system, better known as Spoken Truth, the treasurer of this wonderful organization. And for those of you out there listening, because we also know that we have viewers on Spotify, on YouTube, or even on Facebook Live right now. And we don't want you driving or doing something distracting. So we know we get a lot of listeners. I am a big brown bear of a man that is covered in tattoos and crystals and stones and artifacts and stuff from, living the dream, doing my best reality in life. And all that stuff. I never get to describe what I'm actually wearing. So there's probably people out there like, wait a minute, is he just in the no,
he has clothes on. Right.
But by the time I get through the spiel of all the other stuff that I got on, but I have a blue shirt, like checkered pattern and stuff that's been with me for almost a decade. A Hoodstock shirt on, which we'll be doing soon again this summer because all my summer activities like Crave and Hoodstock and Duncan that's later on in the year, but other stuff that comes up that I do during the summer to benefit along with the elections, being an elected official and 3-time unopposed elected official and also an election official. So next week we won't be here. It comes together a lot. Also thank you guys for being here. This is my second show back, and then I come over late and stuff. I didn't get the intro, but Brother Washington did.
That's right. I did everything today.
And again, I love having guests in studio. When I get a chance, I get some photos because as producer, if I'm ever in the studio, I take photos so that way we have memories. This doesn't happen every day. A lot of shows, the work that goes on behind the scenes is kind of crazy and interesting, but I like it because it's also like the rotating mural you see when I'm out vending. Just going to go over some things real quick because I know we are on time.
That is right. And I think they just flick the lights on and off in the library once. If they do it 2 times, you already know what it is.
But going to go over my hectic, I guess, weekend of things in Toledo that there were to do since our last show. So starting with, we'll go from Saturday to now. So Saturday, I got to do for the 3rd time the Northwest Ohio Teen Book Festival, which is a great event that brings like 30 authors from around the country to meet kids. Right now, it's currently in Rossford. This is our 3rd year doing this. It was supposed to happen in 2020, but we all know the unspeakable virus that happened and stalled stuff. So this was my 3rd year doing it. We even had return kids from last year, me and Joni McKentry, shout out to her, our poet laureate, that were there and inspired. And it made me feel really good doing that type of stuff. And hopefully later on in the future, speaking to some politicians and grant money and all that good stuff, we can bring it to some inner city schools like
that's
Scott
good.
or
That's
Wade or Woodward, even though it's not my school no more because I can't walk the halls. It's still a building that's there. But so that was awesome. From there was also the Fantasticon that went on for both days. This year, unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it.
That was Saturday and Sunday, right?
That was Saturday and Sunday. I saw a lot of people cosplaying. And
that's
again, first year not being able to make some stuff. Also, the Toledo Art Fair was there at the same place at the Glass City Center. Last week, they had the opening with Ramona Collins and the other lady whose name is slipping my tongue. I cannot remember.
Is she popular?
She's popular. She's like one of the she's on the wall of the Glass City Center. They had the jazz opening. I want to say it's like a Deborah or Yolanda or something like that. But I got photos, I got videos. They had a great vending thing. Sonia was there. Optiogo was there, and Costello Teresa.
Okay,
anyway,
I got her.
All that was there. There's photos on my page of that. But there was the Toledo Palestine. It was really a wrong
Film
word.
Festival.
Yeah, film festival that went on. Also that Saturday, there was the Uncloistered Poetry with Joni McKentry. So yeah, I was doing some running between the film festival. In between there, I said goodbye to a good friend who's moving to LA from the play that we did called Sweat. And I got my first taste of Pizza Populous, and since probably they were open, it was good. It was interesting. Later that night, there was the Black Gala at the Entrepreneurs Club. You'll see photos and stuff from that. That was awesome. If you want an event center or a place to go, that is also the spot that we hold the Poetry and Soul every 3rd Thursday. So that's coming up on the 21st. Shout out to Kay Renee. If you want to go express yourself, you're more than welcome to. But that gala was awesome. Shout out to Shanice, who is the bartender, organizer, manager, all that stuff there. So everybody had a good time for that. Sunday, we had the 419 Lock Show. I can't express more than what Brother Washington
that's
or
right.
Nikki said, but just from personal experience, we probably could have took over the Huntington Center or any one of our big arenas with the outpouring of love without the news, without having to pay somebody off, without having to be popular, without all this stuff that, sometimes beats hungry man and stuff. Anyway, it was beautiful. I had fun. I had fun seeing all of us really come together. And that was the point of it. There was a lot of youth there, which at these events and stuff is like trying to strangle somebody away from their phone, but they were there, kids and everything like that. So, entertainers and stuff somewhat had to shush the crowd, but for the most part, everybody was respectful. And that was awesome. A lot of locticians and vendors got to meet each other because we're busy people. We do a lot of things. Running businesses is hard. And it's not that I don't want to see you, but if I don't, then this don't get done. So love you still, but I'm a business. And that's how some of that stuff happens. Other than that, I think that is most of the things that I did over the past 2 days, like the 7 events. You can go on my page and look at it, but Toledo does really have a lot of stuff, especially the summer coming up with the concert series and everything. So you really don't have to leave to go enjoy yourself if you know the right things you're looking for. No, we don't have everything, but that's the point of a city. You're not supposed to be a duplicate of every other city. It just causes problems, economic and all the other stuff.
Before we get into 5 minutes of heat, you had mentioned the Palestinian Film Festival. This Saturday at the Frederick Douglass Building. We're going to be there from 1 to 3. Come and check it out. We were at the Sophia Quintera Community Center on Saturday. CSRN is helping to sponsor this event. So come on out, family. This is some good knowledge for you. And big shout out to the Frederick Douglass Community Center, Reggie Williams and the board of directors who are always fearless when it comes to CSRN, asking them to step up and assist us in what we do.
Yep.
All right. So for 5 minutes of heat, this is something that we came up with during our in-person meetings, right?
But one more thing before you give the explanation on that, since I know we won't be back next week, there's also Democracy Day next week, next Wednesday, I believe it is. So we might be tabling at one government center. I believe it starts at 4:30. Move Tubman, Dennis Slotnick, and all that, have that going on. We have attended many years. I don't.
We got you and I had a table there. We had a table because everybody recognized you.
Yeah.
They walked right by me. I'm like, I'm Brother Washington. It's me. I'm the Brother Washington. But they're like, okay, it's all good. So yeah, get a table there. We got our defund the police signs there, and it's nothing better than having defund the police signs inside a government center.
And I should be speaking there. It depends. I might just have to tell my manager, hey, I'm going on a long smoke break. Come back later.
Hey,
but either way, like there is a piece if you go to the last book, because another big announcement before I get into all of this stuff is, and I guess ending the project is fun, but it's also scary because now I got something else to do. But the Childhood Trauma Series, Volume 2 is complete.
Okay.
I've written my last poem in it tonight, which is going to be called Blip. As soon as I get permission from my friend, there's a long story behind that. You'll find out at the end of Women's History Month, which I'll be doing Mom. I was going to do it today, but the inspiring conversation between everybody, I'm going to do Happiness. But yeah, so early or late spring, early summer, Childhood Trauma Series, Volume 2, title still, I haven't found it, is on the tip of my tongue, will be complete in bookstores and soon by the end of the year be in a library.
Okay, great. Right now we can purchase them on
Amazon or contact me directly.
Okay.
Like I love connecting with my readers. Anybody that's ever met me that's gotten a book from me has signed the original book, which is something as I've been doing this for over a decade now. I've never met another author, but I wanted a yearbook. Even if I make a lot of sales online or whatever, those people who meet me, and then I've heard people like, hey, you charge? No, I don't charge to take photos. All those photos you see with me, people in books and stuff, that's just because I love my audience and that you are sharing the work that is my life, because my words are my life and all that good stuff. But yeah, so it's coming. I've finally said I've done writing pieces for this book. So anything subsequent after my poem tonight will be volume 3 or going back to Tears of the Wounded series. 18 books is a lot to try and manage in my head. But anyway.
All right. So 5 minutes of heat. What is 5 minutes of heat? How do we end the meeting? We just don't end the meeting with somebody slamming the gavel down and saying that the meeting is ended. Always love creative expression as being a part of set. It's what we do. But there was a song called 5 Minutes of Funk by Houdini back in the day. It was before you were born, Jody. So don't even wonder why.
When you had a Jerry curl.
Yeah, when I had it, yes. And it would have been good to have Nikki Locks back then, but she.
I don't think she was born
Right,
yet.
right. Yeah, no, this was 80. Yeah, that was 1982 to 85. Yeah, man. That was it. Okay, now I'm traumatized. I'm thinking about that bag that I used to wear on my head. And the bag will come off. If I'm sleeping, the bag comes off, and I wake up, all my oil is on the pillowcase. And you just can't wring it out. Just can't, man. But anyway, we have this thing called 5 minutes of heat. When we ended a meeting, we'd always ask someone to display some type of creativity. It could have been a song, a rap, a dance, a limerick, or a poem. And Jody stepped up at that time. He really didn't look like a poet. I'm like, should we? I don't know. He might kill us. I don't know. But you just cannot you cannot judge people based on what you think they should look like. And he stepped up, he killed it, and then he started. Well, I would really like to have a podcast where I talk about the creation of your books and who all was for you then, which was nobody. All right. But so we have this thing called 5 minutes of heat. And throughout the years, Jody has been our resident 5 minutes of heat person. So what do you have for us today?
So today, and so many other things on that. Again, I want to give a shout out to my friend Shamir. We was having a conversation the other day, and she mentioned Blip. Also, don't steal this because I'm going to say her name a lot of times with this. So any creators out there that want to try and take this, but it fits me to a T. Blip for her means Black Live in Person, because where she's at, that's it. She's that. And I've been called so many other things over the years, outside of the N-words or BIPOC or African-American or melanated or token. And Blip kind of fits because I do raves, I do fashion shows, I do art, I do poetry, I do politics, activism, and I'm somewhere in the bush behind you. But I'm always, we looked up the definition, and it's something that breaks the status quo. You will never expect me in the places I am. And I liked that.
And that is true. Because we're all supposed to have suits on. How they let him in? I spent 3 hours getting this ironing shirts, and he come in with he's sitting in front. Man, look, it's Ramadan. I was getting ready to go. I was getting ready.
But this is why people call me on the stage.
I'm heated again.
So my intro is, I'm an open book to those that decide to read. 1,000 words, yes, 1,000 words to those who've only caught a glimpse of me. And a lifetime, yes, a lifetime to those that can say they were part of my story. If you are anywhere under the sound of my voice, you are now family. Because on this stage is where I share the most vulnerable parts of myself. And I hope, yes, I hope that you hear me. So let's begin. Peace, happiness. What's your secret? I go to war every day with myself, battling back societal impressions of other people so I don't become them. Battling someone else over how they choose to live their life is not making me any better. I don't win every battle. And on those instances, I choose to stay still, look deeply in the mirror, and figure out why I have a problem with this. I've done this for so long. My mirror exists wherever I go. It's more of a moment I've learned to take for myself, so I don't harm anyone else on the outside of instances of trauma done to me by someone that was probably unaware of what they were doing long term. I don't try to be perfect. I just tried to be the best version of myself, because I never know who I'm going to meet. And even if I meet a worse version of them, maybe by seeing the best version of me, it will cause them to pause themselves. This moment has taken a lifetime. And even when I do fail, I don't beat myself up, because I know I am willing to get back up and do better, holding myself accountable for whatever wrong I might have done unknowingly, and trying to make peace with moving forward. So it's not so much of a secret, but a journey I chose to take. If I thought anything about this was safe or fair, then I would just do what everyone else is doing. I hope this helps in whatever weird, creative way my brain structured these words to come out in peace.
And as always, we snap our fingers. All right. I know I never asked this. Where did that, how were you inspired to write that?
Thinking about ending the book. The book, like the last one, which involved more fairy tales, more stuff from my childhood, the story writing element. This one is more me without all that. Me digging deeper and trying to find out, for instances, why I'm single, or why I'm good at displacing my own personal identity to do a play or step on stage, or, go cuss out a politician.
Right.
What made me so comfortable. So I started breaking that down into things that I wake up with every day. My mantras, because for most of the people that know watching, I'm a Buddhist, actually a Buddhist priest, so a Buddhist Safa. But my religion is not someone else's religion. It is not my job to tell you how you are supposed to live. I can show you, I can help you, I can listen. But judging you is not my job as a human.
All right.
So, and that's why I also practice Ramadan with you when I can, because stepping into somebody else's shoes and at least getting a glimpse of what they go through humanizes you. And it teaches you that that trauma that you went through is not your fault. Yes, it is that person's fault, but they never know what those long-term effects are doing. I don't believe I've ever met a malicious person in all my work, because I was a bounty hunter and some other stuff. I've never met a person that I can truly say was evil from the start. So
Okay.
that's a learned behavior.
All right. Well, listen, family, we're going to be off tomorrow. We want everybody, if you registered to vote, vote your conscience.
Yes.
All right. Vote your best interest.
So I'm wearing both parties.
Oh,
yep.
really?
So vote your conscience.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. Somebody should have said that before they let him in. Man, Kashaya, how'd you let him? Man, all right. We don't even pay. How you gonna not pay somebody and fire them? How does that even work? All right, family. As always, Jody, all lives can't matter until Black lives matter. And Black lives can't matter until all Black lives matter. Justice or else?
Yeah.